Here with featherweight prospect Nick Arce, who is 7-0 with 6 knockouts. Now, in your last fight, you went the distance. Walk us through that fight.
Well, we had a tough opponent. We told him a month before to prepare because we like our fighters that we like a challenge and stuff. So he came out. The plan was to box him out all 6 rounds, and the game plan fell, and we had to go to war, and we still got the victory.
And that's most important. You got the victory, you got the W. Now, Nick, I've been covering you since the beginning of your pro career. You show a lot of promise. You show some real knockouts, some heavy hands. But like you said before, that game plan went out the window.
Yes.
What are you doing back at the drawing board? What are you doing to improve and better yourself as a fighter and as a boxer, most importantly?
Well, we went back to the drawing board. We went back to the basics, the tactics that got us here in the first place, which was boxing and using the whole ring, and using it as our advantage. And we've been practicing a lot. Boxing is the #1 key in my career. That's what got me here at this pro stage right now. And that's what we've been practicing. A lot of boxing, a lot of movement in the ring, a lot of sparring, and just moving around the ring and using the whole ring.
For some of our UK viewers out there, walk us through your style. What is your style like? Because as I mentioned before, you are a power puncher. You're a guy who likes to knock people out. And fight fans love knockouts. Walk us through your style.
Well, my style is being patient, staying calm, using my reach as an advantage, and using my jab. The most important punch in boxing is the jab, and keeping our range. And if once we see that opening to the body, because I love going to the body, like they say, break the body and the head will fall. So we like going to the body a lot, but we keep our range, and when the knockout comes and we see it, we go for it.
Now, you will be fighting on June 4th in a catch weight of 128 pounds. Walk us through the opponent.
Francisco Panchito, and he has about 14 fights. We've seen a couple videos from him. He has some experience in the ring as a professional fighter. He stays there, and he waits, he counter punches. So we're gonna have to use the ring, and the game plan is to outbox him and look good in the ring on June 4th.
Now, you will be fighting on the undercard of Salido versus Vargas. Talk to us about that fight. Who do you have winning?
Well, it's gonna be a war. It's gonna be a war, but I think Vargas is gonna move and use the ring a lot. So I have Vargas winning.
You have Vargas winning?
Yeah, but I see it going the distance.
You think it's gonna be a war?
Yeah.
We're gonna.
Yeah.
Is it gonna? Will we see a rematch? Perhaps that good of a fight.
Yeah, I know somebody's gonna go down, somebody's gonna get up. I think both fighters might go down, but I don't know. But I'm also looking forward for the co-main event against
You got Julian Ramirez versus Abraham Lopez. Now, that is a serious fight because these guys are graduating from prospects now to contenders. And we're about to see who's going to be the real contender and perhaps a future champion. And who do you have in that fight?
I don't know. It's going to be a good one like the main event, but
people could be sleeping on this co-main event because it could steal the show.
Because it should be a main event at a Velasco Theater.
Exactly.
Something like that, but it's going to be a good one. I have it going either way. They're both tough warriors.
Now let's talk about another intriguing bout that's going to be taking place in July in New York. You have Carl Frampton versus Leo Santa Cruz. Now that is a great fight. Right. It's in your division, at the featherweight division of 126 pounds.
Right.
Who do you have winning in that fight? Because you got Carl Frampton who can box beautifully. But then you have Leo Santa Cruz who's like a tornado. He just comes non-stop. He's like a human windmill, if you will. He just throws punches and bunches. He throws a lot of combinations. I mean, how is Carl Frampton going to keep him off from all those power punches?
Using the ring, just using those angles that he could use and stuff, and just outbox him. But I mean, like
Frampton is a shorter guy.
Right. So he has
Leo Santa Cruz is taller.
Use those counter punches and just dodge some punches and come up with some uppercuts, because I've seen Leo Santa Cruz get hit with some uppercuts, but Leo does have that that reach advantage, and he does throw a lot of straight punches which you could use against a shorter fighter. So That's a tough one too, but I got Leo winning.
You got Leo winning in that fight. We're gonna get a decision, or you think a stoppage?
Maybe a late stoppage. Maybe a late stoppage.
Now, Carl Frampton in his previous bout beat Scott Quigg. What do you see in Scott Quigg, and how can he rebound from that loss?
Well, I didn't really see that fight. You know, I was probably doing something else. But I didn't see it. I don't really know much about him.
Okay.
Yeah. Can't say much.
Do you know much about any of the UK followers or UK fighters out there?
Cruz.
What do you think of Kell Brook?
He's strong. He looks good, like in weigh-ins and stuff. He looks like he takes care of himself, and he's up there. He's up there right now.
All right. Well, we look forward to your next bout, June 4th. It's going to be a great fight. It's going to be a great undercard and a great main event.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Bye, guys.
Good luck to you.